Sean Sheehan here for Severe MMA, staying alongside Leah McCourt, who fights in the upcoming Bellator Dublin card. Leah, I suppose I asked you above there, but the fight was announced during the week, and a big press release came out, and they made a real big deal of you as a fighter. Like, and we don't often see that with Bellator or in Irish MMA at all. Is that something like that you want, and is that something like you're really proud of?
Sean, why would they not make a big deal about me? You're talking like I don't deserve it.
No, I'm really not.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I've earned my way to be here. Like, I've had losses and wins. I'm still pushing, still fighting. Do you know, I have had media and press for my amateur career. So BBC and UTV, all these media companies have been behind me from the start of my career. Bellator are just like, they've just been amazing since coming to them. Do you know, I always say, like, I've fought in different shows around the world, and just coming here is just so nice and warm. And it's like I've said before, like, I don't know if I really enjoyed the actual night of fight night until I came here. And yeah, I don't know if they do. I feel like I do a bit of promotion myself. You know, I think Bellator it's just a nice fit, and it's nice to see that they're recognising female MMA. Do you know, like myself and Sinead, we're pushing the boundaries and paving the way for other girls to come up through the ranks, which is nice to see, that they can look at us and say, oh no, I can actually have a career from this.
Is that something? I remember we were talking to you about doing an interview before, and you said, as long as you do not ask me about being a woman fighting in MMA, is that something like, okay, it's obviously something you're obviously very proud of, but it's something you kind of like, I'm just a fighter as well, you kind of get sick of at times?
A wee bit. I'm just like, I'm a fighter, I'm an athlete. Like, people say about you, you have a daughter, you're it's like, there's so many working mums, and it is another job. I work so hard, but like, my mum is a radiographer at a cancer centre. She comes home from work, and the story she tells me, and I think I've had a hard day. It's like, my life is not hard compared to other full-time working mums that have to, like, that have selfless careers. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like MMA is we're selfish athletes. We have to be selfish to get to the top of our game. So it's like when people are saying, "Oh, you work so hard," it's like, there's so many other people that work harder than me. That's what I mean. That's what I kind of get across.
Well, and I suppose your opponent in Juliette Ruiz, what do you think of her? She's obviously a very experienced opponent, and you're obviously still very young in your career as well. Is that kind of the move you need to get you forward right now?
Yeah, definitely. Do you know? Again, it's like. So my first professional fight was against a two-time Olympian in her field. Like, she had a really high skill level. My second my fight was against a IMAF world champion. She was like a karate European world champion. Like, she had a really high skill level in her field as well. So I feel like every fight is a tough test. It's not like it's hard to say. I just feel like in women's MMA, you're taking a big step up every time you fight, and you have to take a big risk every time you fight. You can't really just pick and choose. Like, Jude sends me my opponent, and I just go yes, and he's like, Leah, ask Owen first, and I'm like, okay, send it to Owen. It's like, I just say yes because I just want to fight and just try and get better. Do you know what I mean?
And I suppose, you know, we talk a lot about, and we talked about it in the last couple of weeks with the Bellator versus UFC thing. And I suppose for you it's a little bit different because, you know, your division is in Bellator, and it's probably the best division in the world in there. What's your thoughts on that? You know, I did the interview with Ian Gary, and I know you saw, but
I actually said to Ian, where do you see the hate I'm going to throw at you at this press?
Go on, throw the heat.
No.
What do you think? Like, a lot of people, they grow up wanting to fight in the UFC, but for you, you've maybe had to change a little bit because your division is in Bellator.
So, yeah, like, my aim is, like, because there's nobody really went before me that I'm like, right, I want to do this, this, and this, and kind of like pave my own path and go to make my own decisions that I think are going to be right for my career. Sometimes I've made wrong ones, sometimes I've made right ones, but I find myself here now, and I'm like, Bellator, there's no doubt about it, it's the best featherweight division in the world. Like, to have Katzengano beats Amanda Nunes, she's the featherweight and bantamweight champion in the UFC. My whole thing was about other fighters just putting other people down and belittling what they're doing. It's like, just, I don't like that. I don't like negativity. I think we should all celebrate each other and all come up together no matter what promotion you're in. And not one promotion has all the best fighters. Every promotion has you know what I mean? Like, it's like not one promotion has the highest level of all the fighters. Every promotion has unbelievable world-class fighters. Yeah, that's my 2 pence.
What about the jiu-jitsu match with Ian Gary? When's that happening?
It's coming. I actually said I was sparring last night and he chickened out, so hopefully we'll get it on soon.
And kind of last couple of things here. I was looking kind of at your Instagram there the other day, and someone drew like a lovely picture of you and stuff, and I saw you were opening a shop and the different things, and you saw it with BBC in Northern Ireland and things. Like, is kind of a life change very quickly for you over the last year? I know you've worked hard and everything, but for I don't know why it's different for you, because that doesn't happen for most MMA fighters. I know you've worked there to get yourself there, but is that has your life changed a little bit because of all those things kind of happening now?
I don't know. I don't really think about it. Do you know, my head is always so focused on training and fighting and training and fighting. Like the other stuff happens, and I feel like at times, like Molly was saying to me, like you're never present, you're never enjoying the day and in that second, because you're always thinking about what you're doing next. So, like I kind of am like, don't think about it, and it just happens. And I suppose when I look back, it's lovely, it's nice, and I'm so appreciative, and I should probably enjoy like the moment and a bit more.
I suppose last thing for me here, when you're in this division of Bellator, obviously Chris Cyborg is there now, and I suppose maybe it's a little bit early to be asking about Chris Cyborg, but that's I suppose that's a great goal to have. Like, you look at someone coming up and there's a champion there. Is that kind of a goal for you over the next few years?
So my first ever MMA fight I watched was Gina Carano and Chris Cyborg, like, and it's like that idol, like, or that saying, work until your rivals or your idols become your rivals. Like, if I was ever in the position to ever fight her, it would be a dream come true. I had progressed that much in my career. I was at that level, and I was like, that would be like an unbelievable goal, unbelievable dream come true. Like, when I was fighting amateur, I remember Chris and Ray, her partner, were running like an amateur ladies division, and they were going to bring me over to Vegas to fight on her show, do you know? So like, I really respect her. I think she's a great person, and obviously like one of the baddest, unbelievable fighters in the world, and like to be, I would just be a dream come true. Yeah,
Headline in Ireland someday against Cyborg.
Bellator Belfast. Yeah.
Leah McCourt.
Stormzy can walk me out.
Oh yeah, I want to ask you about that. Stormzy, what's this? Are you calling out Stormzy now? This is your opportunity. Is he going to walk you out?
Well, I don't know. I was like, made a joke of this, and then I was like, Stormzy, and then I was like, hopefully, maybe one day.
I want someone to walk out to Maniac 2000. That's what you need. Come on, you're the one. I think you'll.
Like Pride, back in Pride, like dancing and everything. Like, come on.
Well, Leah McCourt, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.